The barrier is complete, Teras.
Are you certain about this, my lady? The crystals show that Ter Rosalinda walks with the enemy.
Rosalinda, you say? Finally, an opportunity to be rid of her for good. Cut her down with the rest of those vermin.
I wasn't asking you. What do you suggest, Teras?
I've no cause to disagree. Any who aid the rebels must pay with their lives. My sister is no exception to that. Slay her, if you must.
As you command.
Need I remind you who reigns over this land, Lord Gailey? You are to advise on military strategy, nothing more.
I understand, my lady.
Then prove it.
Damned witch. My house was the most decorated in all of Cornea, and she has the gall to treat me like a common peasant.
As foreseen, I'll show you what I can do. I'll handle it.
Order must be preserved. Allow me. Very well.
What now? What is it?
What immense power!
Time to go. I'll show you what I can do. All right, then.
If you want me, then have me!
It's not personal!
I'm here! I'll heal you!
Not an option.
Heading off, then.
Judgment shall strike. Witness the might of an angel. I depart. Come then! The winds are against me.
No mercy. It seems you've misjudged me. At your service. Nowhere is too far. Understood.
We should be rid of this place. Face your demise.
All for the sake of my healing.
Must remain calm. A brisk flight. Blasphemous fool!
My bowstring grows tauter.
You'll not be disappointed. I take to the skies. This land belongs to us. The winds are against me. Tis ours. Come then!
I'll not let pride cloud my judgment.
I rise to any challenge. It shall be done. We may need this. Your orders? If you want me, then have me! Allow me a brisk flight. Come then!
Almost isn't fair, you know?
To the next! Your orders? It shall be done. A great boon for the liberation. I rise to any challenge. Falling back then.
I ride for Cornea. I'm ever in your service.
Yeah!
Look what I found.
Witness the might of an angel. Your will shall be done.
Standing by, at your service. Sir.
take it.
I shall never fail. Together now! Flame!
Eyes on me. I shall ease your pain.
A flawless victory! A worthy foe. What shall I do? I'll prove my worth. It shall be done.
You're nothing. In His Highness's honor. I stand ready. Understood.
Stand before me!
In the name of the liberation.
What shall I do? I'm ever in your service. Yeah! Prepare yourselves.
Have I always held such potential?
I'll prove my worth. I'm ever in your service. It shall be done. Stand before me.
Are you impressed yet?
On my honor as a knight. 'Twas fate which brought us here. Consider it ours. What shall I do? Perhaps a
Spirits
chance
are
to
high.
sharpen my spear.
Another step on I shall see it done. Your decree made manifest.
Nowhere is too far. At your service. I stand ready. Nowhere is too far. Dead and buried. I stand ready. At your service. I stand ready. Nowhere is too far. At your service. Sir.
I stake my honor on this battle.
You can do it.
Your We strive together!
Focus your mind.
I shall protect you! You'll see no harm!
Yeah!
My charge fulfilled.
A little closer to my former strength.
Until my dying breath. By your royal word.
Face me and be cut down!
Easy there!
Be restored! Now! Be shielded! My training's paid off! 'Tis the fruit of my labor. Nothing's stopping me now. As expected of Cornian royalty. Victory is ours. Nowhere is too far. Understood.
Any who bar my path must perish. Greater strength to keep Sharon safe. I stand ready.
I'll take it off your hands. I stand ready. Heading to ground.
I'll ride any distance. How can I assist? Consider it done. The day will be ours. The time is at hand. To me. Order complete.
I have reached my destination. I shall see it done. I advance.
You'll not be disappointed. I depart. I'll not go easy on you. Me?
As the wind. I'll carve the end. Strike them down! To better serve Ter Rosalinda.
May the Father watch over us. Witness the might of an I take to the skies.
What would you ask of me next?
I've claimed it as our own.
The barrier has fallen.
What? I see your useless soldiers are ever eager to drag my reputation through the muck.
This is no time to be casting stones, Lord Gailey. You've sat idle in safety while the battle has raged outside. Deal with them yourself, if it's such a blow to your esteem.
You dare think me a man of empty words? Very well then. I'll show just how sharp my spear can sting. But I'd like a demonstration of the wise and great seer's might in return.
So be it. I don't share your aversion to combat.
Good.
Come then. You face me.
It shouldn't come as a surprise.
Until my dying breath. By your royal word.
Onward. 'Tis ours now.
One thrust of the lance is all I need.
Merely say the word. My steed is swifter than the wind. I've arrived.
Come then. A fine bout.
I'm prepared for anything.
You'll not be disappointed. Withdrawing for the moment.
We march. To me.
I see you don't value your life.
Tempered in the cruel flames of war.
I shall see it done. I wield this lance for the people of Cornea. I shall see it done. Until my dying breath, I advance. For the people of Fevrith. Know your standing. I wield this lance for the people of Cornea. Your decree made manifest. Until my dying breath. I shall see it done. I advance. I wield this lance for the people of Cornea. Your decree made manifest.
How can I assist? I'm prepared for anything. I ride at once.
I have reached my destination.
Do your worst. My lance grows ever sharper.
Both of us are quite pleased.
The time is at hand. Onward. Your villainy ends here.
The magical energies of Ervelda surge forth. Now then, Lord Gailey, let us witness this spear you so often boast of.
Spare me the orders, witch. These rebel scum shall perish in my wake.
Lay down your arms and release the Turdinos, or we shall make you do so by force.
Damned forest rats are more useless than I thought. But I'm no impotent elf, boy. I'll skewer you where you stand.
We'll have you return to us soon enough, Vinisa. I'll heal you. Enjoy this. Enjoy this.
Sort this out!
Don't move. A little ice for you. That must have hurt.
Do them in!
Cheer up.
Joke. Murder them!
Don't move. This'll be cold.
My well-laid plans shattered into 1,000 pieces.
I'll not fail. Don't move. I've lost.
Good. Come then.
Ridiculous.
Fine job. Another step forth.
Impressed, Elaine? Impressive, aren't I?
Well fought.
Is she restored?
I believe so, yes.
I'm sorry, Eltalinda. I never wanted to hurt you.
So, Baltro's spell can be broken,
Who goes there? Show yourself!
I'm right here, boy.
What is the meaning of this?
Master!
Yana, it's been years.
On your guard, Elaine. I learned everything I know from this woman, the sorceress Alcina.
The very person who helped Zenoira conquer our lands.
So it was you?
Oh, poor little Elaine. You've come to resemble him so dearly.
It's you in there, isn't it? The real you. Not one of Zenoira's puppets.
Which means it was you controlling Eltalinda.
You misunderstand, child. Our magic does not simply make marionettes of its victims.
Then what does it do? My sister would never have conspired with Zenoira by her own free will.
And why should I answer that exactly?
We'll make you answer.
Sheltering myself in the girl's body took more than its fair share of magic. It seems this is where I make my exit. Farewell for now. But don't worry, Elaine. We'll meet again soon enough.
You have my utmost gratitude, Prince. And my humble apologies as well. I have to thank you too, Elaine. I'd never have seen Altalinda again if not for your help.
I'm just happy to see you both reunited. As for that apology, you needn't blame yourself for what happened. Alcina's magics made you an unwilling captive. There lies no fault in that.
Your kindness knows no bounds. And it heartens me to see you safe and sound, Dionisa. I owe my health to Elaine here just as much as you do. All because of a revelation he had that told him to come find you. Me?
Indeed, at the urging of a self-named great sage within a sanctuary in Cornea. He claimed that in order to defeat Galerius, I must meet with the Turdanos of Elheim and unbind the Ring of the Unicorn. If you know anything about how such a feat may be accomplished, I beg you, tell me.
I understand now what you're after. But I fear I lack the knowledge you seek. Though I have laid eyes on some old texts that spoke of your ring.
And where can I find such texts?
In the Nasthirion, the Tower of Thorns in your language. It houses an archive only I may enter, within which lie histories that predate the founding of our nation, as well as records of arcane rituals and magics. I can recall a treatise regarding the unicorn being mentioned in one such record. The spire stands to the west of this castle, and is a site most sacred to dark elves like me. But unfortunately, it now rests in Zenoiran hands.
Then we make for it at once, and reclaim it for the good of Elheim. Provided we're able to do so, would you be willing to grant me access to those texts you mentioned?
But of course, Prince. I will aid you however I'm able. Apologies for the interruption, but the sun has nearly made its nest over the horizon. I bid you stay the night. I'll ready your beds.
Much appreciated. We'll do just that.
Lord Gailey, you're hurt. Allow me to...
Silence! Flesh heals, but my reputation never will. Though I'm not entirely out of options yet. Just wait, you miserable forest rats. It's time you learn what happens to those who cross me.
I've yet a long way to climb. May fortune bring...
A fine choice.
A fine choice. A fine choice. A fine choice. Do visit.
Greetings, human. Let me know what strikes your fancy. A pleasure. A pleasure. A pleasure. A pleasure. A pleasure. A pleasure. May the spe-
Hey there! You want something to eat? Come back! Hey there! You want something to eat? Coming right up!
Shall we begin?
Truly splendid. Eat well, my friend.
Simply wonderful.
Come back next... Tis an honorable task.
damned rebels have ruined everything. And unfortunately, the witch is far too cunning to let them slit her throat so easily. If she tells Galerius of what's happened, we'll find ourselves in even hotter water.
I don't mean to challenge you, Lord Gailey, but what are you hoping to accomplish by staying here?
Simple-minded fool. We are the last survivors of an army defeated. Say we ran home to Zenora with our tails tucked tightly between our legs. What do you think would become of us?
What are you implying, sir?
We'd be executed.
No, I don't want to die!
I have a family back home.
Enough of your blubbering. Even if we wanted to escape Elheim, we would have no way of making it through that cursed winding wood. No. What we need to do now is secure a new route in instead. The witch may not have found it a tasteful method, but the way to shatter their spell is simple enough.
This blaze is uncontrollable.
Such foul disrespect for nature. If Ervelda is lost, the Fae... No, this very land will perish with it.
Then we must see this inferno extinguished. We should hurry. They will be ours. To me.
In service of the... What would you ask? Very well.
Another step on the... until my dying breath, by your royal word.
You face me. We march on. A fine bout. The time is at hand. Onward.
Gaze upon the...
I stake my honor on this battle.
Now!
Just a little magic.
We shall see our duty through!
You can do it.
I shall protect you! Your
How embarrassing!
Try Begone from my sight!
For the liberation.
I shall
I see you don't value your life. Everything in service of my people.
There's always more to learn.
Know your standing. I shall see it done. Your decree made manifest.
We march. To me.
For the people of Fevrith.
awaiting your command. I'll not fail you. What would you ask? As you wish.
I wield this lance for the people of Cornea. By your royal word. Come.
In service of the crown.
A trivial undertaking. Awaiting your command. By your word. I depart for now.
I ride for Cornea. I'm ever in your service. I depart.
I see you don't value your life.
One of the many benefits of old age.
A minor inconvenience. Your decree made manifest. I shall overcome any odds.
The time is at hand. The path is set.
I shall never fail. Victory is assured! I have you!
Thunder. Gotta fight for it. Eyes on me.
The battle is ours!
I can't wait for my next fight.
Victory! I'll prove my worth. It shall be done.
How shall I proceed? Until my dying breath. By your royal word.
To me.
What shall I do? A fruitful venture, I hope. I'll prove my worth. Yeah!
A fine addition. I wield this lance for the people of Cornea. Your decree made manifest.
I'm here, Your Highness. What shall I do? I'm ever in your service. I depart.
I've done all I can.
Morale soars. Your villainy ends here.
It shouldn't come as a surprise.
Well fought. We march.
I'll prove my worth. What shall I do? I'll prove my worth. What shall I do? Here!
Onward.
Stand before me! A worthy foe. I'll prove my worth. I depart. Consider it ours.
I've arrived. We march. To me.
Prepare yourselves. 'Twas fate which brought us here.
You face me. Come then. A fine bout. The time is at hand. The path is set. 'Tis ours now.
Judgment shall strike them. I stand ready. We shall succeed. Witness the might of an angel. Your will shall be done. You'll not be disappointed. You have my thanks. Witness the might of an angel. I take to the skies.
We march.
I'm ever in your service. It shall be done. I shall never fail.
The fruits of diligence are...
I'll not let this...
Could you perhaps praise me a bit?
I'll prove my worth. I depart. Prepare yourselves.
Nothing's stopping me now.
I'm ever in your service. Here! A fruitful venture, I hope. What shall I do? It shall be done. What utter luck! Consider it ours.
I stand ready. That was closer than I would like.
The time is at hand. Just a moment.
I'm ever in your service. Perhaps a chance to sharpen my spear.
The day will be ours. The time is at hand.
You'll not be disappointed. You have my thanks. Witness the might of an angel. I stand ready. Your will shall be done.
To me. Good.
Where should I witness the might of an angel? That was closer. You'll not be disappointed. I take to the skies. Witness the might of an angel. Your will shall be done.
You face me.
Impressive, aren't I?
I stand ready. You have my thanks. You'll not be I take to the skies.
Your villainy ends here. Well fought.
I stand ready. That was closer than I would like. Witness the might of an angel. Your will shall be done. A divine blessing. I stand ready. You have my thanks. Witness the might of an angel. I depart.
We march.
I'll ride any distance. How can I assist? My steed is swifter than the wind.
You'll not be disappointed. I take to the skies.
The time is at hand. Just a moment.
Withdrawing for the moment. Judgment shall strike. Witness the might of an angel. Your will shall be done.
The day will be ours. The path is set.
Prepare to be run through.
You impressed?
Merely say the word. Consider it done. A simple matter. I'm prepared for anything. Merely say the word. To the stables.
Order must be preserved. Your orders? Face your demise! I've faith in you! Submit!
Don't get any ideas!
I'm here to help.
You were little match. My wyvern and I soar as one.
I think I've gotten a little better at this.
I rise to any a brisk flight. This land belongs to us. Your orders? It shall be done. I stand ready. That was closer than I would like.
The time is at hand. We march. Excellent. Onward.
Where should I go next?
Come then.
This marks twice that you rebel mutts have meddled in my affairs. Yet this time shall be the last. Ready yourselves to face the slaughter.
As Turanos of Elheim, I shall see your misdeeds avenged at last.
Did you really think we'd let these atrocities go unpunished? Well, you were dead wrong. You'll suffer the very same pain you've inflicted upon our forest.
March.
You'll not be disappointed. I rise to any challenge. A brisk flight. I stand ready. I take to the skies.
We march. The path is set. Now then.
You'll not be disappointed. I stand ready. I depart. Blasphemous fool.
I need your strength.
Faster than the wind!
You okay?
Be calm.
Can you match me?
I'll carve the end.
What are you thinking?
As it was written. You'll not be disappointed. Allow me. I stand ready. Your will shall be done. I'll not go easy on you. I've got you!
As the wind. Lightning.
Not I!
Momentum is with us! As decreed by the Father,
A toast.
A product of my devotion.
I'll never hold myself back.
Sorry, Lord Gailey, but this is as far as you go.
Feckless swine! You dare betray me!
You said it yourself, sir. Our heads would be hoisted on pikes if we crawled back to Zenoira empty-handed. Which is why we'll bring them a nice offering instead.
Fools! You truly think my rotting corpse would convince them to let you live? Your hands are just as tarnished by this failure as mine. Luckily for you, I know a way to wash them clean and earn your freedom in the process.
Save your lies for the damned. Perhaps they'll be willing to listen. Now, go peacefully, will you? It's clear you're struggling to even stand as it is.
Witless curse. I would never yield to the likes of you.
Then I've no choice but to make you yield!
It seems we're too late. 'Tis a lamentable end to perish at the hand of your own soldiers.
Come to laugh at my demise, have you? Go on then. Mock me all you want.
I'd rather get some answers instead. Do you remember what you said the day you expelled me from the Order? No matter how mundane the scandal, Cornea must be shielded from its corroding touch. And with that, I was out. Barred from the very faction I had worked all my life to reach. What happened to the man so firmly dedicated to the betterment of his kingdom?
Open your eyes. That sane man lies dying before you.
Tell me, Gailey, for what purpose did you forsake the throne? You surely knew that Sir Joseph and Prince Elaine lived on. Why abandon them and cast your fickle allegiance at Zenoira's feet?
To me, There exists no Cornea without Queen Elenia at its helm. Our kingdom perished the moment she did.
All the more reason to aid her son, to build Cornea anew with Her Majesty's own flesh and blood.
To the gates of hell with her son. The boy's cursed father left this world, yet lacked the grace to leave Elenia's heart with it. Besides, what right have you to denounce my deeds? I stood as my queen's shield until the bitter end. Whereas you, Joseph, you fled like the coward you are.
By the mercy of the stars, Ervelda is safe once again. And we have you to thank for it, Prince.
I'm only glad it didn't meet any serious harm. But I have to wonder, why did Gaily wish to burn it down?
Our divine tree has grown for millennia, steadily accumulating an immense amount of magical energy. That energy, the vital essence of life itself, is bestowed through its boughs to all beings small and large throughout this land. Beings such as the Fae, who use its power to protect our home from the impurities of the outside world.
They're the ones responsible for the Winding Wood.
Come to see the tree, Yana.
I wanted to pay my respects, yes. It's not often you get to gaze upon the divine. But as I was saying, the Winding Wood plays host to an almost immeasurable swarm of fairies. They live in its greenery, rustling its branches and leaves, and in so doing, numbing the senses of any who try to pass. They've set armies astray, and debilitated others who wished harm on Elheim. In a way, they're nature's own self-defense system.
But were we to lose Ervelda, we would lose the Fae along with it.
The monster. Such wanton destruction, all to clear the path for Zenoira's advance.
I suspect it was Alcina who kept the man from his maniacal schemes until now. After all, she too would be left devoid of the Fae's power if the tree had burned. Either way, I'm glad it remains as lush as ever.
And we have you and your army to thank for that. I truly couldn't be more grateful. do it, Elaine.
I blossom ever brighter.
May fortune bring what you seek among my quality wares. A fine choice. Simply ask if you'd like it back. Do it.
Eleanor, I'm glad to see you alive and well.
Hmm? Well, well, Teras. And who's that behind you there?
This is Elaine, from Cornea's Liberation Army. I only stand here now thanks to their aid.
What a wonderful stroke of luck.
What's gotten into you?
These verdant streets are a web you've walked straight into, and I, the spider at its heart.
We have to get out of here. Now.
To me, men! This day is the last we'll ever suffer these flies and their ceaseless buzzing. Let not a one leave alive.
ours. We march. Onward. You face me. Come then. I must never yield.
The pride of House... I'm pleased with this.
The time is at hand. To me. For the liberation. We march. Onward. Your villainy ends here.
It shouldn't come as a surprise.
The time is at hand. The path is set. You face me. Victory grows ever closer. Onward. 'Tis ours now.
In service of the royal, what would you ask? As you wish.
Your villainy ends here. A fine bout.
Awaiting your command, by your word.
Come then. Victory grows ever closer.
I'll not fail you. I have my doubts.
The time is at hand. We march.
What would you ask? I'll not fail you. I shall hold nothing back. I'm most grateful. Awaiting your command. What would you ask? You have my thanks. I shall try my best.
You face me.
Prey ensnared shall never escape. I'll see to that myself. The boy has a death wish, does he? So be it. My fangs shall rend the flesh from his bones.
I'll have you back soon, Rylanor. I promise.
joys of this land.
Healing you.
Allow me to mend your wounds. Rage of the Fae!
Fine job! I'll not fail you.
The time is at hand.
Awaiting your command, as you wish. Gaze upon the face of your demise.
I'll not fail you.
Very well. Come.
Have my magic.
Stand. Be healed.
Are you okay?
I fight in me yet.
Just leave it to luck.
My arrows fly even farther now.
Forgive me for what I've done. I've allowed myself to be bridled like a horse on a cart, and placed my countrymen in grave danger. But more than that, I swung my blade at the very woman I swore my life to protect.
Stand, Rylanor. You've groveled long enough.
There's no such thing. How else am I to atone for this failure?
You have done nothing which demands atonement. It was only due to your devout loyalty that Zenora saw reason to control you. And consider what future might have befallen us had you not helped me flee to the Winding Wood. For one, I would never have enlisted the aid of the Liberation. Nor would we have rescued my beloved Vinisa from Zenora's foul clutches. If anything, I should have come to your side sooner. I hope you can forgive me that misstep.
How could you say such things? And yet, your kindness only makes my flame for you burn brighter. I pledge my life to you anew, should you only accept it.
Keep getting stronger.
for the sake of my healing.
May fortune bring what you seek. A fine choice. Do visit again.
Greetings, human. Let me know what strike. May the spirit.
Easy there!
I need your strength. Be calm.
Easy there!
Fairies of this land. Soul of the earth.
I have to focus.
I am your shield.
Behold my might!
Just a little magic.
Failed. Retainer. How disgraceful.
Let's have some fun. So hurt! Got me good.
We can do this!
Easy there! Watch and learn!
Want to keep going? Not a chance! Got me good.
Don't despair!
Watch and learn!
Let's have some fun. Had enough? Lay down!
Steady on!
be